If you spend hours dragging your finger across textbook pages, reading word by word, you are likely using a habit you learned in primary school. It is a slow process that often results in low retention, despite the high time investment. This chart represents the distribution of value in a standard textbook. 80% of the page is composed of connecting grammar, words like is, of, and the. Only 20% are keywords, holding the information needed to pass exams. Power reading is the strategy for identifying that 20%. To execute this technique, gather 4 physical tools. Get your textbook, a pencil, a timer, and high-tempo instrumental music. Successful reading is a strategic extraction of data. Instead of consuming every sentence from top to bottom, you are going to isolate the specific information required to score an A. Step 1 requires you to open your chapter and go straight to the summary and the review questions at the back before you read the main text. Reading the questions first primes your brain to look for specific answers. This turns you into an investigator. When you finally turn to the front of the chapter, your eyes will naturally catch the exact facts required to solve those problems. Put on your headphones and press play on your high-tempo, lyric-free music. This addresses a physical bottleneck called subvocalization. Subvocalization is the habit of silently sounding out each word in your head as you read. Because your inner voice can only speak at the speed of normal conversation, this habit caps your reading speed. Fast, intense music helps drown out that inner voice. It also occupies the creative right side of your brain, which reduces the chance of your mind wandering while studying in a silent room. The physical mechanics of your eyes also dictate your speed. Many assume their vision glides smoothly across a line of text, like a continuous scanner. This simulation shows how human eyes actually process a sentence. They move in sharp, stuttering jumps, similar to a typewriter. Every time the eye pauses on a single word to process it, it costs you between 1/4 of a second and a full second. Look at how this same sentence changes when we expand your eye span. Eye span is the number of words your vision can capture in a single glance. By training yourself to group 5 to 7 words together, you absorb the exact same line in just 2 distinct pauses. To force this wider eye span, place your pencil directly under the first line of text. Drag it continuously across the page, moving it just a little faster than your comfortable reading pace, and force your eyes to keep up. You will likely feel the urge to stop and reread words you think you missed. This habit is called regression. It breaks your rhythm and slows your comprehension because you are constantly skipping backward. Keep strict discipline. Trust your peripheral vision and force your eyes to follow the tip of the pencil forward without stopping. While the pencil sets the pace, your brain's only job is to scan for key words. Circle the nouns, verbs, and adjectives that carry meaning, and ignore the connecting grammar. This textbook paragraph shows exactly why this works. When 80% of the connecting grammar fades away, the bolded key words that remain still form a coherent thought. Think of this like separating edible grains of rice from a massive field. You do not eat the field. You extract the nutrients and leave the rest behind. To recalibrate your brain's processing speed, run a speed drill. For the next few pages, push your pencil at a chaotic 300 to 400 words per minute. Do not stop if you feel totally confused. Runners often train with heavy weights tied to their ankles. It is deeply uncomfortable, but it forces their muscles to adapt to a higher level of resistance. By intentionally overloading your brain's processing threshold, you stretch your capacity. When you drop back to a normal power reading pace, the process will feel more controlled. Look down at the chapter you just finished. You no longer have a wall of text. You have a targeted, concentrated map of circled keywords. During future exam revisions, you only need to read the circled words. This cuts 80% of your review time because the information is already isolated and ready for recall. The next step is extracting those keywords and organizing them into a whole brain mind map, a visual notation technique developed by Tony Buzan. By applying these mechanics, you convert a dense chapter into a strategic map of data, giving you command over the material long before the exam begins.